So hey everybody, this is Chris from C.H.Diegel Photography and the Artisan Shop. Today we're hiking Mount Ellen via the Jerusalem Trail. The Jerusalem Trail is on private land for much of the route. Be sure to stay on the Blue Blaze Trail through the sugar bush. So we arrived at the junction with the long trail, and then we're going to head southbound. And I believe it's 1.8 miles southbound on the long trail to the summit of Mount Ellen. I have heard that the ridgeline in this section of the long trail is really narrow, and it sure is here. You can see it. We were right on top, and it just drops right off on both sides pretty darn quick. Really cool. Love this ridge walking. Just before the summit, the trail breaks out onto open ski trail. I had lots of time to kill before sunset, so I set my camera and phone up to record some time lapses, and then I enjoyed a little downtime. Well, hey everybody. So I don't know if it's going to happen here tonight on Mount Ellen. That thick band of clouds on the horizon looks pretty impenetrable. You know, up here, further north, there's a break, and it just slips behind the Adirondacks, you know, the further down, further south you go. It's like there's hope, but there's not a lot of hope. I'm gonna kick around for a little bit and see what happens. But if I don't see a change here, pretty shortly I might start getting packed up and heading back. This is a longer hike, you know, over 4 miles. I'm not actually looking forward to doing 4 miles in the dark. So getting a little head start on that might not be the worst idea. It really just looks like it's going to continue to be a dud here. But I do lots of hiking at night, you know, for my photography, but hiking alone in the woods at night in the dark, I feel some anxiety when I do that. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. But for some of these scenes, it's, you know, it's worth it. It's worth being out of my comfort zone to be in these beautiful places, you know, at these special times of day. Then the light's just magical. I really want to do something nice. Some clouds up and over here that look good and they've got some nice warm tone to them. Thanks for joining my hike here on Mount Ellen. We'll see what happens, but I'm probably gonna get packed up and start headed down the mountain soon. So thanks for joining my hike. The clouds in the upper atmosphere continued to warm, and I decided to hike back up to the summit. Although I'm often tempted to get a head start on my hike down, I try to resist that urge, because I know from experience that it's really painful to watch a gorgeous sunset from the trail, realizing all the pictures I just missed out on. So how about that sunset? This hike is a great example of how a little patience and persistence can really pay off in the end. So thanks for joining my hike to Mount Ellen. If you want to learn more about hiking in the Green Mountains and follow my photography adventures, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.